it is a rare thing that this gets makeup anymore, or that this gets brushed. I'm not going to tell you why this happened. No, it was not a date with a truck driver at a truck stop. No. But let's take advantage of the fact that I actually look like I took a shower today. And I have a short video. It is not one of my masterpieces. I do not have really any video for it, a couple photos, and that's because I had no intent on making this a story. I just wanted to go meet this guy. But I can't help it. Like, I thought it was so great. And it's all about my Team Blue, my love of Team Blue, that I'm just going to share it anyway. Sometimes really great stories don't need all the fancy footage, right? So I was in Bangor, Maine, which I don't know why anyone would deliberately go to Bangor, Maine. It was fine, but it wasn't incredible. It wasn't like some of the other cities I've been to. I did go to Stephen King's house and stood there awkwardly outside his front door, almost as though I expected him to come outside and invite me in. But that's kind of what Bangor is known for. And then as I was looking for something else to kind of occupy my brain and time, I heard from a couple locals about a very special duck. The DOJ, the Duck of Justice. Here's what happened. Across the country, Bangor, Maine being no exception, the relationship between the public and their local law enforcement is usually pretty awful. And I've always been in purgatory between the two. When I worked in TV news, I saw, because I worked so much with our officers, what was going on with them on the street, and then how that was being rolled out to the public in the media, and there was like such a disconnect. And part of the reason I was so hell-bent on doing my documentaries, and why I always talk about Team Blue, is because I just believe with every fiber of my body that if people knew and met the men and women I know in law enforcement, and have met in a bunch of different agencies, that they would never say some of the really brilliant things they tend to say on social media about them. You know, when you are there from the start of the call until the end of it, it's a very different thing than what you see on TV, which is a 5-second clip that has no context. And I can't really say that I've seen a whole lot of reporters search for context, because a 5-second clip gets lots of likes and shares. Anyway, I'm not going to go down that road. Bring it back in. But I did know that in Bangor, Maine, the police department there had done something really exceptional with their social media. I did not know that a duck was involved. Here's what I knew. I knew that they're a mid-sized city, nothing huge, but they had a viral Facebook page. I mean, they had made national news for all the best reasons. And it's a police department. Like, it's not an Instagram star. They don't have big, lips and like take cleavage photos. Although that would be pretty cool. Anyway, so I heard about the duck and that it was involved with the police department. So I went in search of the Duck of Justice. And instead, well, I did meet the DOJ, but I met something way better than the DOJ. And that something is called Lieutenant Cotton. So since I'm just, so interested in, getting kind of the word out about law enforcement, I asked for 5 minutes of his time to ask him what he was doing, this like magical viral Facebook page. When reporters ask for 5 minutes of someone's time, it's like the biggest lie we tell. We're not 5 minutes. Are you kidding me? Like, I'm going to be there for at least an hour. I was there for 2 hours. I could not say enough great things about this man. And like, we were on the same wave. And it's so cool when you meet people who talk like you and are just, fellow badasses. I'm not going to reveal all of his secrets for how he got this page to be so popular. But what he has done is really tell the story of his officers. And that is a skill and a mission that I can respect. If you want to have a good time on the internet, that you won't get arrested for, go read some of the posts that this man comes up with. They're hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. But I still hadn't met the duck yet. So after my 2 hours with Lieutenant Cotton, he said, well, I guess you gotta go see the DOJ. So behind like this closed locked door is a stuffed wood duck in a glass case. Now, in my social media post, I called it a mallard, and like God knows the hunting community like rushed in to correct me that it's a wood duck, to which I will say that he identifies as a mallard. It is 2019. You can identify with whatever you want these days. I identify as a fire-breathing dragon. You can do that. Get with the program. I say it's a mallard. The story behind the DOJ is that Tom, I don't know why he was rifling around the district attorney's trash can. Maybe that's something he's into. But somebody tossed out this stuffed duck in the DA's garbage, and Tom saw it. And Tom resurrected this duck. He saved this duck from the landfill. And he put it on display and named it the Duck of Justice. And then he started to promote the DOJ on social media. And what has happened is that thousands of people over the past couple years go to Bangor to see the DOJ, to take a selfie with the DOJ. It is a stuffed duck. It has nothing to do with law enforcement. But the consequence of doing that is he's gotten the public to come inside, a place they usually don't go, a place that sometimes people are intimidated to go. And they go in the police department, and they've got all kinds of other stuff in there to look at. And they get to meet officers. Sometimes a canine walks by. They get to interact with the people who are out there protecting them. And they take their photos with this stupid duck. It's hilarious. But I love that story so much. Change the tide, at least in his community, to get people to get familiar with their officers and to have a little fun. And I know he doesn't like this word, but he's kind of humanized his police department. And, I think that, I know I struggle with, and I think a lot of people do, where we feel like the work we're doing is not important, our job isn't big enough, we have not made it to the top 40 millionaires under 40, we're not doing enough, it's not enough, our work isn't important enough. And I know, like, I am always feeling like I'm not doing enough. It's not the best work. I could be doing better. Someone's doing it better than me. But when I was sitting in Lieutenant Cotton's office, it was a really great lesson that, running a social media page, being a detective, being a lieutenant, maybe that doesn't seem like something that someone's ever going to write a book about, or that's not the hero's story. But that job, running that social media page, and that idea, that duck, even though they are maybe simple units alone, when backed by a really worthy, a really noble, and just a really worthwhile motive, and motive is everything, can make a huge impact. And I don't get impressed a lot. But I was just really, it kind of grounded me that maybe I don't have to come up with the biggest videos. Maybe I don't have to have a bajillion subscribers. I have to keep my motives pure. I have to do the very best that I can. And at some point, you'll make an impact if you keep those things together. And I think Cotton, the nut that he is, and his damn duck are a good reminder to all of us that even simple jobs or simple ideas backed by worthy causes that's the best you can do. So if you're in Maine, go to Bangor, go take a picture with that damn duck, and tell Lieutenant Cotton I said hi. And just remember that even if you don't think that your job is going to make you a celebrity one day, chances are, if you're giving it all you got, it's going to make a difference in at least someone else's world. And that's more important than any number of likes, subscribers, or really anything else. I'll talk to y'all later.